Welcome back to Living with an LFC Fanatic. So this is episode 2. Do you want to do a quick recap, Jen, for everybody?
So basically, last time it was just from when we first met up until our first daughter was born in 2006. Um, so if you remember at the end of the last video, he made me travel all the way to Anfield when we found out it was a girl. I refused to get her a Liverpool kit, so we compromised on a little tiny pink I love LFC dress. Um, and things didn't get much better from there. I think by the time she was around 6 months old, she was in a Liverpool kit. So I had to cave in eventually.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I think she's not really into football, is Courtney, our eldest. It's the middle one, which is what we're going to talk about in this episode. So our middle daughter is 17, 18 this year. Her 18th is this year, which we're all really excited for. We've just paid for her party and dresses and all sorts of stuff. So we're looking forward to that. But let's go right back to when she was first born.
So Imogen was born in 2008. Um, and pretty much from day dot, she had a Liverpool kit on. I mean, by then in 2008, they had more things for babies with Liverpool. So she had Liverpool bottles, she had Liverpool dummies, vests, you name it. So yeah, she's pretty much been Liverpool since she was born. She's a huge fan now. The amount of money that goes on Liverpool shirts in this house is ridiculous because he gets them all every year. She gets them all every year. The youngest doesn't really like football, but she doesn't want to be left out, so she likes her shirt every year as well. But I think it's nice because he has somebody to talk about the football with. I'm not really that into football. I don't really have time, to be honest. He will chat to me about it, as I've said in the past, but it's a bit more. I'll be like, "Oh, Imogen, go and talk to your dad. He's on about the football," because sometimes I don't have a clue.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we went to the Legends game yesterday. I think it's our third or fourth year in a row. She really loves it. She wants to go to more games, but it's so expensive now, especially next season and going forward. I mean, the owners have put the prices up and again, haven't they? So all we can do is just try and get her to as many games as possible.
And that's it. It's also about being off as well. Like obviously having full time jobs, it's working around that as well. So to me, he would waste all his holidays going away at Liverpool games all year, like he would. And I'm like, no, let's be sensible about this. And I'm the one who sits down and works out the calendar and says, right, well, you're off that weekend, so maybe you can go and watch a game then, or that type of thing. I try and work it round. I try and stretch his holidays over the year. Like I'm the clever one.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, probably next season with all the ticket prices going up, I might try and get to a few away games, see if there's any that are close enough. I don't know who's going to come up from the championship. Hopefully, we'll get some locals, maybe like a Blackburn or something like. Maybe I don't think Blackburn are going to do it, are they? We'll see. We'll see what we can do. Also, as well, keep an eye out because next week Imogen's going to be doing her LFC story. It won't be like the rest of them because obviously she's a modern era girl, but she's got a few stories that she wants to tell you. So that'll be coming up next week.
Yeah, she's pretty excited about that. But yeah, I think for Imogen, she was literally loving football from the minute she could walk. Um, she'd always look at his shirt and she'd say, "Kiss the birdie, Dad, kiss the birdie," like that. She was crazy about it when she was younger. So I actually remember once we had the two of them, Liverpool brought out Liverpool Monopoly. So we bought him that for Father's Day that year. So every Father's Day, birthdays, Christmas, you can guarantee we literally get straight on the Liverpool stuff. And the house was absolutely covered in it. And I mean the whole house. And I was like, nah, this ain't happening. This is a family home. It's not just a football home. I love it all, don't get me wrong. But it got to the point where we had red walls in the bedroom and we had Liverpool bedding and there was posters up and pictures everywhere. And he's got like he's got behind ear up on the shelf. He's got like an 18 karat gold rimmed, is it Bill Shankly?
Bill
Bill
Shankly.
Shankly plate. He's got all sorts, and I've said, "Right, we're not taking over the house," but Imogen started in her room now. Her and Courtney share a room, and Courtney's side is full of posters. She's got like Szoboszlai, Salah. She's got little figures, the little figures from the shop. What are
Yeah,
yeah, she's got them.
soccer stars.
Soccer stars, that's it. She's got them. Yesterday, she bought a Szoboszlai scarf, and every time she goes, she gets something else, and it started to creep into her room now.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, our loft is just full of Liverpool stuff. I'm tempted to maybe start doing giveaways and stuff of Liverpool programs because I've got loads in the loft. Got loads of pictures, and I've just actually got one recently that I won on AKM LFC's monthly prize. If you haven't subscribed to them, go and have a look at AKM LFC. Fantastic channel, two good lads. I get on really well with Sean and Adam, like I've said in the past. They've helped me so much with the channel, getting it all up and running. So yeah, I'm gonna get a frame for that to try and find somewhere to put that. But if you remember in previous videos, I used to have quite a lot of stuff on my window for him behind me,
Oh,
and I decided it was just too much. I mean, I've got my scarf from yesterday that we're going to put up somewhere. I've got loads of stuff. I could do with a bigger house, so I can have a my own
Liverpool shrine.
little shrine. Yeah, it'd be cool. That.
The problem being is we're like two completely different ends of the spectrum. I love horror stuff. Um, so I'm actually quite glad he does most of his stuff in the bedroom, just so he's tucked out the way, so we can still carry on with everyday life. Because it is hard if he's downstairs passing him through the living room. It's just not doable. So with us being like shipped in the night, the kids are in and out, and I was like, right, just get to the bedroom, do it in there. So then you're tucked out of the way, not in a horrible way. But it's not. It's just so that he can crack on with what he needs to do and we can still get on with daily life. Because otherwise, we're stuck up here for 2 hours and I'm thinking, oh, fancy a brew. Hang on a minute. I can't go past. He's in the living room. Um, so that's why all his Liverpool stuff was up here. So downstairs is more of my room. So I have quite a lot of my horror stuff down there. um, so yeah, it's a bit tricky trying to put horror and Liverpool together. It don't really mix.
No, it doesn't. No, Nightmare Before Christmas.
Oh, love it.
It's all right. It's not that good, though, is it? Really?
I loved it when I was a kid. I still love it now. I love all my horror stuff. Love it. Anything horror and I'm there.
Yeah. So what else can you remember around about the 2008? I know Liverpool won the FA Cup, didn't they, in 2008? They
Mm,
called that the Gerrard final, didn't they? Most of the people in the community will remember that.
yeah.
Um, fantastic. But I will say, talking about Gerrard, I thought he was poor yesterday. Very, very. I think that's the worst I've seen him play in a Legends game. He just didn't seem interested. On the plus side, though, Thiago was fantastic. I've actually posted a few of the goals on my shorts from the game that I got. Go and check them out. We did the stadium store as well, and I've done a video of the new statue flapping its wings and people clapping. I think it's quite clever. I did it through Grok. Go and check that out as well. I just love things that are different. I mean, the channel I am coming back a little bit away from doing as much videos. I want to concentrate more on my LFC story. There is actually another one coming up next Friday, which will be a really good one. That's with a lad called Lewis Aspinall. He's been on Red Men TV. He's been on TNT. He's also been on Talksport as well. So I think you'll like that one. That's next Friday, 8 o'clock.
Yeah, it's got quite a few doing this, haven't you now? It's seems to take up all his time. Fridays before I started working full time again used to be our day. So we'd go out for lunch and things like that when the kids were at school. And now I work from 12 till 6 Monday to Friday. So we literally on a Friday morning we get up, drop our eldest at work, go shopping, come on, put it away, and I'm away. I'm off to work. So then he's left to his own devices. And by the time I come home, he's like, oh, I've had 2 interviews today. And I'm like, how? So you've been at work, I've got to do something with my time, and that's what he's doing.
Well, that's the thing. It started off as an idea, and Shauno jumped on board with me straight away, and he said, "This is a great idea. I'll do it first." So I love that. If you haven't watched that already, go and check that out. That's a two-part of that. So what happened is we did the first episode, um, and then I had to go and pick my daughter up. She finished from work early,
Mm.
so we had to cut that off in the afternoon and then go back and finish it off at night time. So that was a really good interview. But like I say, it's just non-stop at the moment. So if we're talking about 2008, so 2008 was a great year for me. Again, we discussed different names. I wanted was it Paisley? I said
Yeah,
or
so
something like that.
yeah, you wanted to call her Paisley, and I remember she was born in June. So the year that we had Imogen in 2008, she was actually due on Father's Day, obviously a Sunday. And I remember you saying to me, if Liverpool get in the Champions League final and you go into labour, I'm sticking you in the bath. I said, pardon? And he said, I'm sticking you in the bath. He said, because if you go early, because our previous daughter, she was early, she was 4 weeks early. So the hospital, like, you could go early, just, take it easy. So this would have put us the middle of May, which is roughly Champions League final. So yeah, he said, I'll stick you in the bath and you can stay there. And I thought, charming. The football comes before me. And he didn't mean it, obviously. It was just a joke. But me being heavily pregnant, I took it serious. I didn't speak to him for days. I was fuming, absolutely fuming about it. There was times when I was obviously heavily pregnant with Imogen, I'd be in the bath upstairs and he'd say, just give us a shout when you're ready to get out, help me out, beach whale and all that. And he was downstairs watching the football. He had the TV that loud. I sat there for the full hour and a half in the bath. I was like a prude. I couldn't get out. I was like banging on the floor with a brush, nothing. And then he come up, oh, you've been a while. Yeah, I've been asking you to come and get me for the last hour.
Yeah, and she's really, really hates it when the skin goes all wrinkly and that. Can't stand it.
I'm
She
not a
was
bath person.
fuming.
I'm a shower person. I like to be in and out. I don't like wrinkly skin. I'm quite particular in certain things, so he knows fine well. I was fuming, absolute fuming. And then another that was another thing that made me think, how am I gonna live my life with him like this? Like he's absolutely obsessed, and he's a huge, huge Liverpool fan, but he loves football in general. So any game that was on, I'd be like, "Oh, Liverpool playing today." No, but so and so's playing. I'd be like, "Oh, for fuck's sake, we can't." What we got, But it's just the way we've lived, I suppose. I've had to deal with it.
Well, the thing is as well, I used to watch a lot of football, but over the last couple of years, I've actually toned it down since I started doing this channel full time. It's like you don't really want to be watching other teams.
Mm.
You just want to concentrate on Liverpool, reading articles, finding things to talk about, thinking of ideas. But like I said in the first episode, at one point I had like 18 playlists, and I thought this is just too much. I was working full time. I didn't have any time with myself. Didn't spend that much time with Jen and the kids. It was just so I've decided now that's it. I'm going to tone down and just concentrate on certain things.
To be fair, though, I mean, a lot of the time, once you've done bits and pieces for your channel, I'll come upstairs and he'll be editing or he's researching or he's doing something. He will have football on in the background 9 times out of 10. It's either that or Sky Sports News, something like that. That's another thing that drove me nuts when the kids were little. If the kids went for a nap, he'd stick Sky Sports News on the telly
Or Liverpool
or
TV.
Liverpool TV. We'd go to his mum's to visit his mum of a weekend and he'd say, "Oh, Dad, where's the remote?" And he'd stick Sky Sports News on at his dad's. And I was like, but his dad's, well, his dad's a West Brom fan. So it's not very, very often that he watches the games, but he does. Your dad does like football, don't he? But he prefers the lower league football
Yeah,
to Premier League.
we used to go on a Sunday and see him for a couple of hours, and he always had a different game on. Like my dad's probably more into football than I am now.
Yeah,
I mean, my dad will if there's a 12 o'clock championship game on or F12 or whatever, he'll watch that, and then he'll watch the 2 o'clock Premier League game. Then he'll watch the 4 o'clock Premier League game. Then he'll watch the 8 o'clock Premier League game. So he loves it.
that's the joys of being retired now, though, isn't it? Because he's worked for 40, 50 years to now. That's what he can do. Um, but when the two girls were little, when we had the two girls, we lived 50 miles away from where his mum and dad lived. So we used to try and travel up every weekend. If we couldn't get up every weekend, it was every other weekend. So the kids just got used to being in Morecambe, really. They kind of grew up half where we lived and half here. Um, so yeah, they spent a lot of time up here, didn't they? And I mean, there'd be times where your mum would say, "Right, let me have the girls for the weekend," and what would we be doing? We'd be in the pub watching the football. Like he'd book it off, and he'd like, "Oh, what should we do?" Um, so yeah, that was basically our life. It was football every weekend, and then we skip forward a few years now because that's just what it was for a few years to 2011. So in 2011, we got married in August of 2011. And we goes to the registry office. I said, I don't want a big wedding. I'm not bothered about a church or anything like that. We'll just have a nice small registry office wedding. We'll go to a working men's club, so it's cheap for people. So we booked it all, and then once we'd booked it, we got home, and he was like, "Hang on a minute, what day of the week's that?" And I said, "Well, it's a Saturday." He said, "Saturday the 20th of August." And he went straight online. He was like, "Oh, you've got to be kidding." I said, "What?" And he said, "Liverpool play Arsenal first game of the season." I said, "Well, the wedding's at 10:15 in the morning. The football won't be till the afternoon." He said, "All right, so we're married by then." I was like, "Yeah." And then to make matters worse, his best man was an Arsenal fan. So we gets married, everything's hunky dory, and I completely forgot about the football, enjoying myself, as you do. It's your wedding day. And then it gets to about 2:30, and I'm like, hang on a minute, all the blokes have disappeared. Where'd they gone? And we were upstairs in this working men's club. So there's me in my massive wedding dress, bounding down the stairs, and all the blokes are sat downstairs in the club watching the football. I was fuming, absolutely fuming. I was like, it's your wedding day.
Yeah, it's all
But
right. It's all good. I'd done the wedding part of it, and we'd done all our speeches and that.
mm,
It was all good. It's all fair, isn't it? All's fair in love and marriage.
well, it was a good day because Liverpool beat Arsenal 2-0. So it was a good day. So he was buzzing. Best man wasn't so best pleased. So yeah, football, when it came to the wedding, actually, for the colours of the wedding, I said to him, "You're not having anything to do with it. The only thing you can do is pick your own suit." Because originally he wanted to get married at Anfield, and I said, "Look, I don't want a flashy wedding. It's not me."
Yeah, we looked at the price. So it was well expensive, wasn't it?
I mean, you're talking what, 15 years ago nearly, and you were talking like the minimum package was 6 grand, and that was for about 30 people. And I was like, just with our families alone, I think we had about 70, didn't we?
Yeah,
Um, I mean, like, I've got quite a few siblings. He's got a couple of siblings. They've all got children, and then parents, grandparents. It just adds up. So I was like, it's just not going to happen. So I said, I tell you what, then we can have red in the wedding. So we had ivory, cream, and he wanted this bog off red, and I said no. I said you can have red, but we're not going that red. So we agreed on claret, didn't we? Which was a deeper red.
yeah.
And I said to him, the only thing you've got control of in this wedding is your suit. I said, but I cannot stand tails. What suit did you get?
Yeah, but to be fair,
What suit did you
it's
get?
nice.
Yeah, that was besides the point. But I said to him, a tail on a suit is just really old fashioned. It reminds me of like Bridgerton, 1800s Bridgerton. He turned up with a bloody top hat and tails, and he had to be fair, it was a really, really beautiful claret with gold in it. It was stunning. The cravat, everything. It was really, really nice. And then they were like a really deep grey pinstripe trousers. He actually did really well, but I was fuming at first. I thought, oh my God, he's gone against me. But it was the only thing he had control of. The rest of the wedding was all planned by me, the colours, everything. Absolutely everything was done by me. I handmade the invites. I handmade what are they called? I can't even think what they're called now. Um, but yeah, everything was handmade. We had obviously I'd sorted the flowers out. Everything was done. But because we got married so early in the morning, round the corner from our house where we lived then was a Yates's, and it opened at 9 o'clock in the morning. Him, the best man, and my dad. My dad was supposed to be at my house for 9:30 for pictures and stuff. He turned up at 10 o'clock. I said, "Where have you been?" He said, "I've been in the pub with Gaz." I said, "What do you mean you've been in the pub with Gaz?" He said, "Oh, we have to go for a pint first."
Yeah. We had to, you had to go around in the car about 4 times, didn't you?
Yeah, the limo picked me up, and we passed him walking down to the registry office, and I went, "Oh my God." He was walking in a straight line, so that was a bonus. But I thought 10 o'clock in the morning.
Well, I think we got there about 9 o'clock. Me and my best man, we woke up at about 7:30, I think it was, because I stayed at his house that night. And we couldn't sleep, so we got showered, got changed, met a few of the other lads, and we said, "What are we going to do? We can't go there before 10 o'clock." So we said, "Well, let's go and have a couple of pints in the pub then." And so we were on shots and that, 9:15 in the morning.
But I did pre-warn you the night before. I said, if you are going to drink, don't get obliterated because they'll think I'm forcing you into this marriage. Like, you can't get married when you're pissed. They won't allow it. But luckily enough, When the limo drove past him, my dad said to the driver, "Get round the block again. He's not there yet. Get round the block." So he turned up late, but it was lucky because the wedding before us was running late as well.
Yeah.
So it actually worked out all right. So he literally just walked inside as my limo pulled up outside. And we only had Courtney and Imogen then. I remember Imogen, she was only, what was she in 2003? And they had these beautiful cream and claret dresses on. They were stunning. She tried to run to me, bless her, tripped over and headbutted the pavement, you remember?
Yeah.
So all our wedding pictures, she's got a big massive bruise on the top of her head. And she was sat in the room waiting for me to come in. Gareth, best man, everybody's in there. And then they opened the door and my daughter just turned round to her nana and went, "Nana, where's your bag?" Because the nana had told them that she'd got them some sweets in there if they were good while mummy and daddy got married. So the second that she seen me, she thought that we were already married and she wanted sweets. Can you remember?
Yeah.
She was buzzing.
She was me two. Well, my eldest and Imogen were staying at my mum's that night, so they were only staying till about 4 o'clock, something like 3, 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
And my mum said all the way back to Morecambe, which is like an hour and a half away or something. All my middle daughter said was, "Nana, come have your sweets now."
Yeah, Nana, I was good. Can I have my sweets now? Um, but yeah, it was pretty wild to be fair, the wedding. It was good. We had just family during the day, we had guests at night time. We did say there was no children at night time. I just feel like it's somewhere where you let your hair down. I mean, kids are great during the day. Um, but when it comes to nighttime, I was like, nah, let's just have, have a party. But by 7 o'clock at night, I had to jump in my cousin's little Corsa in this massive wedding dress to go home to get changed because it was killing me. I'd had it on for like 10 hours. 10 hours.
Yeah.
You wanted me to go to town after the wedding in my bloody wedding dress. I was like, no, get ruined.
To be fair though, everyone was absolutely trolleyed because we were at the venue from like, was it 2 o'clock or something like that?
Well, we got married at 10:30 in the end in the morning. We went for a ride with the kids in the limo for pictures, and I think we were there from 12 dinner time. So by 10, 10:30 at night, everyone had been drinking all day. Obviously, it's the middle of August. Towards the end, it was really, really nice weather. So a lot of people were outside a lot. It was a really good day, but I think we were both at home in bed by about midnight.
Yeah, we were. I remember I was that pissed I dropped myself sober.
Yeah, you did. I didn't really drink because I had my wedding dress on and I was round greeting all the guests because someone pissed off to watch the football. I
Yeah, but you were singing and stuff. You were loving it. All the girls were on the karaoke and that. It's not as if it was a bad time.
oh, it was a good time. It was just at the time you think, oh my god, it's his actual wedding day. I think he would have missed the birth of our child to watch a football game.
No, I wouldn't.
I think you would have. I think you would have.
I'd have definitely had it on in my phone or something.
Oh, I actually remember when our first was born, I stayed in hospital for around 5 days because she was premature, so she was quite small, and she had a low temperature. And if anybody can remember the original PSP, he had Championship Manager. I think it was 2006 was his favorite one, and that was on PSP. And I'm just chilling in bed, just having a baby, just in awe of her, sat in the cot, and he's sat in the corner on the chair playing on his PSP on Championship Manager. He take it everywhere with him.
Yeah,
We actually still have that PSP in the loft.
we do, yeah.
Like I'm not a hoarder as such. He's more of a hoarder. Um,
I like classic stuff.
for classic stuff. I'm more of a hoarder, sentimental hoarder. So I actually found the other day when I was sorting Lacey's drawers out, her first ever Liverpool kit. I've got the little t-shirt. Um, and my eldest daughter decided to put it on the cat.
Yes.
She's got a picture of him somewhere. And she put it on the cat
I
and it
think she
fits.
sent me on my phone. Just give me 2 seconds. I'll see if I can find it and show you
I
it.
bet she did. She loves that cat like it's a baby. I'm not joking.
Oh, that's not it.
You still got stuff open on your phone.
Where did she put it? It'll be on WhatsApp.
Yeah, she'll have sent you on WhatsApp. It's all our family use WhatsApp. It's so much easier.
Courtney. Here we
Oh,
go.
there it is.
I don't know if you better see it. I'll try and put it up to the camera so you can see it. Can you see it?
Look at him. He said, she was like, "Mum, can I have this shirt for the cat?" And I was like, "Absolutely not." I was like, "It was your sister's." She actually had it on a teddy bear in a bedroom, but because I was sorting a room out and she's in high school now, she wanted to get rid of all of her she calls babyish stuff, so she's going all she loves like Wednesday and Fortnite and things like that. So her bedroom's kitted out with a bit of both really. She's a bit like me and her dad. She's a mixed match. I love horror and he loves football. She likes Fortnite and she likes dark stuff too. So yeah, we obviously got married. We decided not to go abroad for a honeymoon. We just did. We went up to Newcastle actually to visit some family. We spent a couple of days there. Then we drove down to Blackpool, did a couple of days there, and then um, went and picked the kids up basically and went back to normal life. It was a nice little week. There won't have been any football on during that week when we were away, which I was quite thankful for. But there's never football's never far from his mind. If I mention something, if I say, I don't know, if you heard of this person, they'll go, who does he play for? And I'll be like, it's not even a footballer. I could say Alex Warren, for instance, really famous singer, and they go, who does he play for? What am I on about? You know?
So what we're going to do now is I've just gone onto my phone for a millisecond. Um, so 2011 is where we're up to now. So this was when Fernando Torres left to go to Chelsea for 50 million.
Oh, that killed
Can you
me inside.
remember that?
Oh,
How did that make you feel?
I was absolutely devastated. I remember we were lying in bed, I think, and for some reason he had Sky Sports News. It was deadline day, so on deadline day, I always say to him, "You can have Sky Sports News on all day till it's finished. I'm not bothered, and I've never moaned all these years, never moaned about it because I quite enjoy it. I like the excitement. Well, years ago, back then, you used to have excitement on deadline day. There's absolutely nothing now. It's just not worth watching.
Well, we actually signed Luis Suarez from Ajax at the time. I think it was about 22 million or something. And, and I'd said to Jen, I said, "Oh, we've signed a lad from Ajax called Luis Suarez." She went, "All right, yeah." I said, "Yeah." So I said, so I went on YouTube, looked at some clips and stuff. I said, "He looks really talented. We're going to have a good strike force here. Torres and Suarez. Oh, that'll be awesome. We'll end up winning the league this season, surely." No, they had 3 training sessions together, and then Torres went to Chelsea.
I was fuming. I remember it coming up on Sky Sports News. Fernando Torres signs for Chelsea, and if you remember rightly, it was 50 million.
Yeah.
And what did Liverpool do with that 50 million? They spent 35 on Andy Carroll. Andy fucking Carroll. I was like, are you actually having a laugh? 35 million on Andy Carroll.
Well, the thing is, with Kenny Dalglish, she was the manager at the time,
Oh,
and when he was manager first time round, he loved the big man, little man strike force,
yeah.
so he wanted to bring that back to Liverpool. So his idea was he wanted Torres to stay, obviously, but when Torres left, he thought, right, well, we'll go big man, little man. Andy Carroll was flying at the time at Newcastle, um, and then he went and spent 35 million on him. I thought, wow, because at the time that was a British record, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And it just didn't work.
No, because Andy Carroll wasn't, in my eyes, he wasn't a Liverpool player, a Liverpool style player. There's certain people that you look at that play for other clubs, and you'd be able to tell by looking at them and the way they play, they'd be great for Liverpool. There's others, like Andy Carroll. There's no way on this earth I'd have looked at Andy Carroll and thought he'd be absolutely brilliant with Suarez up front. There's no way on this earth.
No, I
I,
mean,
I'd have preferred to have Peter Crouch back. Like, I love Peter Crouch.
yeah,
Loved Peter Crouch.
he was absolutely useless yesterday though. He did
Well, he might have been, but you've got to,
one good trick.
yeah, but I love just that era for me was brilliant. But I'm not going to lie, I cried my eyes out when Torres left.
Yeah,
Absolutely cried. I thought he was fantastic.
he was a great player, wasn't he? But I don't want to be cruel, but look what he's done since. He should have stayed with the boys, shouldn't he? He was absolutely useless at Chelsea. Useless.
But this is what I'm saying. He was a Liverpool player. He played how Liverpool like to play.
Yeah,
And then sometimes you can leave that club and it all goes to shit. But then you've got other players that look brilliant at other clubs and you bring them in and the shit for Liverpool. You've got to find the people who fit the Liverpool style.
yeah, exactly. I mean, we've never really been um, a long ball team. For
No,
me, Kenny Dalglish must have thought, let's play the long ball. Let Andy Carroll knock it down and Suarez finish him, or go for like crosses for Andy Carroll to get the headers. But it just didn't work at all.
no. I mean, they weren't a good fit, were they, them two as a pair, let's be honest.
No,
I mean, I'm lucky, you're lucky Andy Carroll left. I can't remember what happened, but it's obviously he left, and I was absolutely praising the Lord that he left.
so also that's some that in 2011 we also signed Jordan Henderson. Now a lot of people thought that's a lot of money for 20 million for Henderson, and then he signed absolute flops, which I was gutted about. He signed Charlie Adam, he signed Stuart Downend,
Oh,
and Jose Enrique. For me, them three weren't good enough for Liverpool.
I didn't think Enrique was like absolutely terrible, but he wouldn't have been one of my first picks.
No, definitely not. So back in 2011, our key players were Steven Gerrard, who was captain, Jamie Carragher, Pepe Reina, who let
Legend.
2 goals in yesterday,
He's still a legend.
Lucas Leiva, Dirk Kuyt, and Luis Suarez.
Oh, Dirk Kuyt,
And
fantastic.
and then the departures that year was Torres and Ryan Babel.
Another great player, Ryan Babel.
He was quite good yesterday, to be fair. He really was. What else does it say? It says also that in 2011, LFC TV began broadcasting a pre-match show live from Anfield.
Yeah, they did because you used to watch it sometimes.
Yeah. So yeah, that basically covers our middle daughter. Anything else you want to add before we move forward to the youngest one in the next episode?
There's not much to really add for Imogen. She's just Imogen to us, isn't she?
Yeah.
But yeah, she's like the boy we never had, isn't she?
Yeah.
Because she's not just into football; she loves her wrestling and that as well. When she was
She,
younger,
she used to love her wrestling. She liked to boxing, and she's basically my shadow, really. She looks a
yeah,
lot like me. You'll see when we do a LFC story next week.
it's basically him with a wig on.
That's what a lot of people say. She's me with a wig on.
She is, and she's got your temperament and everything. Like she's so much like you, it's unbelievable. You're like two peas in a pod.
Yeah,
But yeah, she's very. The thing is, we say she's the boy that we never had, but she's very girly. She loves her makeup done and her eyelashes and her hair and her nails, and that's where half your money goes. Um, she loves all that, but then she also loves her football and her wrestling, and not so much wrestling now because she's actually studying at college, isn't she? She finishes. Um, I think it's the day after her 18th birthday she gets signed off from
yeah,
college, so she's buzzing about that. Or 2 days after, something like that. But yeah, she's actually doing really well. She's currently doing 3 A levels, which I think can be quite difficult.
yeah. And then hopefully she'll be going to uni next year.
Yeah, so she's applied for uni. She wants to be a primary school teacher. Um, so yeah, I find it quite strange because the course she's doing now, I'm literally doing that through work because I work in childcare. So I'm like, "Oh, God, the rules have changed so much from when I was young. Like, what's this? What does that mean? What does this mean?" And she's really patient. She's like, "Right, I'll help you, mum. I'll explain it to you." I mean, I'm used to like old school stuff, not like it is now. Like when it comes to maths, the bus stop method. Most people our age or above will know what the bus stop method is. They don't use that anymore. I just don't get it.
You've lost me already.
Yeah, you know what the bus stop method is.
I'll tell you what the bus stop mess with
I
is.
mean,
The only bus stop I know is the one that you go to get a bus to town.
you don't even get the bus anywhere. It's me that gets the bus to work 4 days a week.
I tell you what was quite funny as well. When we found out we're having another baby, all along I said, if this is a boy, we're definitely calling it Gerard. And she was like, I don't know, I don't know. We'll discuss it. And then when it was a girl, and when she understood about football, Imogen, she said, "Oh God, Mum, I wish I was a boy. I'd love to be called Gerard because that's a favourite player."
Yeah, I was having none of it.
And then when she started this year, she said to me, "Can we go to the Legends game? It should fall quite nicely. By the time the Legends game comes, I'll be finishing, my exams and stuff." and my assignments and that. And he said, yeah, we'll try and get it booked. And then you phoned her, didn't you, when she was at college, or texted her or something and told her that we'd got the tickets?
I rang her, yeah. So the day the tickets came out, I'm the research lady. So I did some research and I set a reminder on my phone for the tickets coming out that morning. So they came out, I bought them, got the confirmation email, and I rang her and I said, "Oh, I said the tickets come out today for the Legends game." And she was like, "Oh, can you have you got the money to get them, mum?" I said, "I'm really sorry." I said, "I'm gonna have to wait." I said, I just can't afford it. Like I just can't afford it." But I'm one of these people that I know that if this thing's coming up, I will put money aside. Like
Yeah,
I like to be in control of things. I don't like to not be in control. Um, so I'd already bought them anyway. So I said, rang him and I said, I've told her that we can't afford it. I said, so you can break the news. So I think you rang her, didn't you? And he was like, "Oh, his mum rang you," and she was like, "Yeah, yeah." She said she can't afford the tickets, Dad, but it doesn't matter. Like, we can go another time. And he said, "Oh, don't be silly. There's no way we're not going." He said, "Mum's got the tickets." She was fuming with me. She was like, "You lied to me."
yeah.
But it
It
was just
was.
a little white lie.
We've done it the last 3 or 4 years. We've tried to do it as a surprise for her because, I mean, like I said, she loves the game. She wants to go to more games. But I'm going to try my best to see what we can do next season, even if we have to sit in the away stand. It's not great, but at least we can go. It's like we went to watch Morecambe versus Liverpool under 21s. Well, one
Mm.
of her favourite players is what's he called?
Conor Bradley,
No, I can't remember his name. He's at Derby now on loan,
Harvey Elliott.
and he left to go to was it Salzburg or something like that? Bobby. Oh, I can't remember his name, guys. You're gonna have to tell me in the comments. That's gonna really bug me.
Oh, I know who you mean though.
Bobby Clark.
Yeah, Bobby
Bobby
Clark.
Clark. Well, she absolutely loved Bobby Clark, and when he scored, obviously wearing the Morecambe end, and my dad had all around saying, "Don't you dare start cheering and that," because we're surrounded by Morecambe fans, and he scored at our end as well. Oh, it was funny. She was, my dad was all around. She was like, it was brilliant.
Remember a massive crush on Harvey Elliott.
Yeah, she's a massive fan of Harvey Elliott.
So she tells everybody that Harvey Elliott's her husband. Like he doesn't have obviously any idea who she is. So for her 16th birthday, for a laugh, we got her a cushion printed, didn't we, with Harvey Elliott on saying happy 16th birthday, Imogen.
Yeah,
With Harvey Elliott on, she takes it everywhere. She goes to work with him, she takes it. She goes to sleep out, she takes it. You make a bed, she'll say, "Where have you put halves?" She's still on your bed, like I've not moved it.
yeah. She always say, I said, do you give him a kiss like before you go to sleep? She says, of course I do, Dad.
Of course I do. Yeah, she was absolutely obsessed with Harvey Elliott.
But yeah,
Obsessed.
you'll all like him. Imogen, when she does her story, she's so funny. She's really dry. I always love winding her up because she bites every single time. So you'll have a real good laugh when she does her LFC story.
She has got a very, very dry sense of humour. So anything she does say, don't be offended, just take it with a pinch of salt.
Mm,
Really do.
yeah,
But in general, she's such a lovely girl. Like,
yeah, she's a proper Liverpool fanatic. I've never seen a girl that knows so much about football. She knows so much. She can tell you about. Obviously, she can only do,
modern day as such.
yeah, probably about, I would say, just before Jurgen Klopp came, she started getting properly into it.
Yeah,
So, but she knows the stuff. She really does know her stuff. So that's it for this episode. The next episode we'll touch on our youngest daughter. So that will be from 2013, and then after that, we'll get that covered, and then we'll start talking more about the channel, more about modern day stuff. How Jem felt when Jurgen Klopp came to Liverpool. She did a little bit of research on him, so she knows her stuff about that.
did.
But yeah, that's it for this episode, guys. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and leave us a comment. Have you enjoyed the episode? That's it for now. Take it easy.